Mayo's been lost for 10 days. She was technically missing on the 18th. I was like, okay, I have a small chance of breaking down on stream. I'm not going to. I'm not going to manifest it. Very understandable. Yeah, I'm just like, I can't. It was really hard this morning for me. And it's one of those situations where, like, a lot of the times time does heal, and I agree. But this is the one thing that time does not heal. The more time goes on, the worse it gets because the feeling of it being real becomes nearer and near that my cat is gone. And I was delulu in the first few days being like, oh yeah, no, she's not gone. She'll be right back. Oh no, she's just hiding. And then it gets worse and worse and worse because reality sinks in. She's not here. So it is rough. Anyways, yes, clarify and update you all. Food is outside. Cat trap is outside. Missing posters, security cameras, multiple angles. My whole neighborhood pretty much knows at this point. I went door to door. I've been going out late at night every single night. It's it's just hard because I do know for a fact that during the day, the weather is not cat friendly at all. We're in this heat. At this point, it just feels more likely that someone did take her. Yes, I am doing everything I can. I contacted all the surrounding shelters and vets. And actually, that was a really good tip from Myung because I was surprised because I didn't know about the vet tip, but there were animals that get turned into the vet before they go to a shelter. Just get a megaphone, bro. Unless someone stole your cat. Yeah. So my neighbors know. Like there are posters everywhere and I've gone door to door and whenever I walked Mickey too, I literally would be like, "Hey, any passerby like, hey, if you guys see a white cat." And then I had two people now acknowledge that it was Mayo because the posters are working, like they know. So, was she a stray before, but she was from a breeder? No, she was from a breeder. She was completely indoor cat. She was curious at some points and bolted out once when I was walking Mickey, but she came right back when I called for her. She has a very dog-like behavior, and she's very loyal to me in a sense where when I call her from any point, if she hears me call her, she will come to me like easily. Did you see Mayo in the security camera? So that is where I really messed up. So right before my trip to New York, my camera was out of battery, like maybe 5 days. And for some reason, I'm just such an idiot, guys. It's just I should have changed the battery, but I think I was just not prioritizing it enough. Yeah, it was so unlucky. Yes, and then not only that, but like it was the one camera that needed a ladder because it was placed very high up. So I have a ladder, but I don't love doing it. So I'm not gonna lie, it was just a chore in my head that you don't think that you're going to need your security cameras like ASAP. I told myself I'd do it right before my New York trip, but then that's when she went missing. Was the night I flew out, and I was going to get my house sitter to change the batteries for me, which she did, but it was literally that night. It was so freaking unlucky. What about the other security cameras? Yes. So I have looked through all of them. I've looked through the footage. I've looked through everything and no cat. However, there is an angle because of my front camera not working that I missed. And that is the angle that is going towards the right side. And I do have a neighbor and Myung literally taped it 4 times, guys. She put 4 big pieces of tape because Myung's like, no, like this, she needs to see it. I freaking love Myung, bro. But anyways, Myung taped a note and she made the note that was like, we need your security camera footage. The only issue is that's the one neighbor I didn't talk to because she travels a lot. She's not home right now. She's out of town. But her cameras are working. We checked. There's a light that blinks every time someone passes by. So her camera does work. For sure, we have potential footage. So what ended up happening is I don't want to send hate to or blame my house sitter. We don't know the situation 100%, but the only time Mayo wasn't accounted for, basically, I took a 3-hour nap before my flight, before I needed to get ready for my flight. And during that nap, it was in the living room and I was cuddling Mayo. I was actually cuddling her. So that was the last time I remembered her. She was cuddling in my arms. I woke up 3 hours later, and then I woke up to my house sitter at the door. And then I had ordered groceries for her, and I saw through my door that she was picking up the groceries, and she has a copy of my house key. So the key was in. So that's all I know. And then I was like, oh, she's here. I see her. Okay, we're good. So I went to go pack my bags. I heard that she did come in, twist the key, and come in. So I know for a fact the door was locked. But when she came in, she put all the grocery bags on her arms, and there was a lot. There was like multiple. So my guess is, since Mayo has bolted out before, potentially she bolted out, and because the house sitter had a bunch of bags on her arm, that was like the line of sight that, she missed the cat. Because Mayo's tiny. She's like 3 or 4 pounds. She's so small. So I'm thinking that's one way she could have slipped out. But we don't have proof. And she didn't go left, because both of my neighbors checked their camera footage, and they're very sincere people. I can tell, like, they were really nice. They, were wishing me well, and I felt their concern. So yeah. Yes, we've checked all the cabinets. I've had multiple people come in, and I even had the professionals that built this very house come in, and when they checked the roof, they also reassured me that the type of walls that I have are way too thin for a cat to be fitting in there. And 100% by now, if Mayo somehow got into the walls, she would be meowing. And no. Is this the first time? Yes, it is. We've had multiple people come in and check. I've checked every cabinet, every drawer. We left them open. And I know my cat, like, she will always come to me when her name is called. She will always come to food. She's not the type to hide for days. And she knows my house sitter too. Sometimes she'll hide when strangers come in for like literally 10 minutes max, and then she'll come out because she's curious. She's a very curious girl. And I can't even blame my house sitter because we don't have proof. The only time, once we get proof from my other neighbor to see her bolt out from the front door, that would be the only explanation. Otherwise, if somehow my neighbor comes back and tells me, yeah, I checked and no cat, then I'm just screwed. Then it's like actually just does not make sense. I don't think it's anyone's fault exactly. And my house sitter, she helped so much. Like, she was the one who, put all house sitters' side duties. Like, she was doing her best, but she prioritized finding Mayo. I promise you guys that. She did do her best. Does the house sitter have cats of her own? The house sitter has a lot. She deals with a lot of stray cats, like, in her neighborhood. She's good. She's good with animals. I wouldn't have her as my house sitter if I didn't trust her, guys. Like, I promise you guys, like, I really love her. And she really did do her best. And even if the footage does show that Mayo bolted out, I would not have any ounce of ill, like, feelings towards her. It's just the whole situation is very unlucky, and it doesn't do anyone good to, like, just point fingers and, hold resentment for what, like, she's trying her best. And Mayo, for the most part, is definitely a scaredy type when she is outdoors. She'll bolt out when she's curious, but she'll bolt right back in. And one time, Newt wanted to show his sister Mayo, and he brought her outside, not knowing that cats are scared, can be scared of the outdoors. She was. And she literally clawed him. Like, she's not the type to be, explore. Was Mayo microchipped? No, like, it's just so unlucky. Everything was just I always lived in an apartment, guys. And yes, I know before you guys ridicule me, it's like I get that it's very important to microchip, but hear me out. It was just her 2 pregnancies back to back, her second one unplanned. The I should have spayed her at the time, but then I kept on having travel plans. And I wanted my like I've neutered and spayed pets before, and it's very important to me that I'm there throughout their entire healing process, which can take even like a month sometimes. So that's why I'm like I really just wanted to be having like nothing, like a still month, and that was August. And you guys have to understand too that booking an appointment, a regular appointment, like not a low income like shelter hospital place. I was just at a regular vet. It's so hard right now. Like literally it will take weeks or even a whole month for the next time they can see you sometimes. And yeah, I do understand there's some negligence. Like I could have if I really thought it through, but you know, you don't think every day you're going to lose your pet. And like I said, I living in an apartment, I just always thought I would she was contained. This is the first time that I'm a house owner too, and definitely the doors are different with homes. Like with apartment doors, they're a lot thicker, at least the ones that I've been. There's weight to it. I don't naturally swing it open, but obviously with house doors, you know, at least the one I have, it's not that heavy type of door that would freak a cat out, you know? I'm just unsure what to do because at this point, I kind of wish I had more friends that are like, I don't know, overseas or something, because obviously my night times have been getting worse, but it would be nice to have like a friend that's just available in the night hours. But I mean, I'm probably not looking hard enough. I probably do have friends that are awake. I'm just really blessed to have a support system in general, though. I'm really grateful for my friends. I want to give them a little shout out. Literally, Myung and Tina really emotionally helping me. Myung also helping me search. Myung even created, like, she downloaded an app and created an entire profile, like a neighbor app. It's so funny, to help me look. And I'm just really grateful. And for Newton too, he helped me set up the cat trap. He went to a hardware store and he got it for me. He's a freaking angel. All my friends are just so angelic. And then I literally was like, guys, you know it's bad when Aria reaches out, because I have a really hard time reaching out, but I was reaching out. Oh, 1 minute.